And now we'll go from Lucy's garden on to Justin's garden. Justin's been hard at work in his garden all summer long, and now we're getting to that time of year where he's getting fruit from his trees. Let's see what he's got in store for us today.
Hello again. For this week on Garden Goodies, we are going to be having pears, but not the same pears that we've had in past years. You might recall that in the backyard behind my house is an enormous pear tree. Yes, a very old pear tree. In fact, I've contacted Guinness World Book of Records to try and certify it as the world's tallest pear tree, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. Unfortunately, this year, this tree did not produce as good of pears as normal, and the pears fell a lot earlier than normal. You'll see here, there's a lot of pears on the ground, and here is a little tiny pear, and these are just way too small to process. Usually I would can a lot of these pears. We would put out tarps and collect them off the ground, and we'd be able to can hundreds and hundreds of these pears, but they're way too small this year. And it may be because the tree maybe is coming to the end of its useful lifetime. You have to think about that when you plant a fruit tree. You know, they only live so long, and then maybe they will not produce anymore. And this tree actually has a little hollowed out center here, and I wonder if maybe some bugs are getting in there because there's some loose sawdust in here from something eating away at it. So it's getting hollow in the center. It still produced thousands of pears this year, but they're not as big, and they didn't hang onto the branches as long as normal. However, we can still have pears because I planned ahead. Because I realized the old pear tree might not keep producing so prolifically into the future, I planned ahead and I thought, well, I better plant some other pear trees. I planted 2 other pear trees in my yard, and this Bartlett pear tree here is starting to produce, as you can see, some pretty nice pears. So maybe in the future I'll continue to have a lot of pears in my backyard. And you should think about that too. If you have some plum trees or other fruit trees, apple trees that might be getting near the end of their useful productive lifetime, you might want to plant some new ones. And because of that, because I planned ahead, we'll have one of these Bartlett pears to eat later in the show.